Hello friends, in today's video I will be updating my reading journal. Hi, my name is Belinda. I'm the founder of Organize and Bless Mom, and I'm back with another creative idea. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you'll know when a new video is posted. Well friends, today I am updating some of the pages inside my reading journal. I did a whole video on all the supplies that I used and how I actually put this journal together. I also have some extra journals in here, but today I just want to update this journal. I have read a couple more books since the last time I went in here, and so the first thing I do when I've done some reading, or every month I try to come in here and just update the books I've read, the magazines I've read, and also the audibles. So let me give you just a quick update here. This is how it is looking. So I do track the books, the magazines, and the audibles in here, and I just put a little bit of what I thought, the articles that I liked, and then I do fill out the currently reading sheet. This is a sheet from Everyday Explorers, and so here we go. I have about 3 pages that I need to do, so I'm gonna just start, and I'm gonna move all this cute stuff out of the way here. I'm gonna start working because I want to get as much of this done as I can. And so I do have, let's see, I have 1 book that I finished, 1 audible, and 1 magazine. Oh, and I have 1 more, which is an audible. Okay, so those are the 4 that I want to document. So I'm just gonna start. I have already predetermined what paper I want to use, and I'm going to start. So this collection of what is it called? This collection is called My Story. It has a lot of little icons that have to do with books. It's not a book collection like I explained in the setup video, but it does have a lot of stuff with books. So I kind of try to pick the corresponding page with kind of like the colors from the book. And so this is a picture that I took, and then I just kind of print it here at home, and I just start with these edges. So I'm just going to round these corners really nice so that they can look pretty. I can barely see in here. Let's see if we can get, there we go, more light. Yeah. Obviously, rounding the corners is not a, is not a requisite, but I like the way that this looks when those corners are really nice and rounded. Just put a little bit here on the back, and I just glue it in. I just kind of eyeball it, but I do try to put it as close to the edge as possible, just to give this page enough room to flip. All right. The next thing we do, or I do, is I just set in the little summary here. And this is just a fun way to document what I've read. I do have a little log that I keep in my goal planner, and in that goal planner I do write down everything that I read, and that's how I keep up with it. And then this is kind of like a visual way to keep up with that. So I am going to I need to first stamp before putting in this picture. I'm kind of just following my own template, and I believe I used these. These are old stamps from, who was this? This is, I think I did capital B. What I have to recreate what I myself have done. And then I did little O. So this is a stamp set from Joann's that I got a while back. And they work pretty good. Let's see if I can get a block here. So I'm going to stamp each of these things individually because you can get really close when you do that. And so I'm just going to put book, and I am using the icons from the My Story stamp set. I am using the book to document the books I've read. Every type of reading has an icon, like I explained in my setup video. So the book has this open book. The magazines, I'm using the typewriter, and the audibles, I'm using the computer or a laptop. So that's, I can kind of differentiate what kind of material I was reading. So let's go ahead and put book and then number. I am also using the Live Capture Days by Simple Stories. I'm just using it for that little number sign. I'm just kind of combining, you know, what I have and using it to make these pages. I was inspired by Leo by Mail. She does these traveler's notebooks, and I thought it was just such a cool way to document what I'm reading. I liked these traveler's notebooks, and let me see, guys. Do you see? I think this is just really simple. Traveler's notebooks are not that big, and being able to just document this in this way is kind of fun. I'm sorry I keep on like getting you out of my frame here. I do have my little chamois here on the side that I use. This is a Lawn Fawn chamois, and I like to use it to clean off my stamps. Let me just do that cleanup really fast because I do like to keep my stamps nice and neat. Okay, so we are just advancing super fast through this. So here we go, book. Oh, it's a little crooked, but I'll have to do. And then I do leave some, I like to do a little border around my picture just to kind of make it stand out. So I am leaving a little bit of room right there. And I am using this Sharpie pen. I don't remember, I think it's like a 0.7 or something. Oh, it just says fine. Sharpie pen, fine. And I am going to just do like a freehand frame. Just to make it stand out a little bit. The frame's kind of bigger than I usually make it, but it's just for me. And then I usually bring in some kind of a, either a sticker or some kind of a something. So I have a lot of little icons here. I even have these cards. So this package came with these pieces And there's so many things that I could put here. This book was a devotional book, so I am kind of tempted to put something that's kind of... The other thing that I'm kind of looking for is maybe something that is kind of matches the color of the book. So I am trying to keep that somehow kind of matching. Take your time. I kind of like these that are all pink. This one's way too big. And I do have the sticker book. So once I get that into place, the page is pretty much ready for my journaling. So these are the three I saw that kind of have this pink. Why don't we do that? Maybe this right here. I try to leave enough room so that I can write without it being super weird. I'm not gonna do that up there because I haven't done it for any of the other ones. So I think I'll do that. Let's look through this sticker book really quick and see. I have a lot of florals in the sticker book. So sometimes like this you have like the same one. And of course this is easier because it's sticker, but I think I'm gonna commit to this one. No rhyme or reason, just trying to find something. Yikes, we have a lost flower. Just trying to commit to something that will make my page look pretty. The beauty of using these Traveler's Notebook is that you actually don't have to add too much, and that's one of the reasons why I liked this idea, was because I didn't want to take too long to, you know, do this. So as you can see, we have just completed the page. So now it's just ready for me to come in and put in the dates and all the stats, and then to write a little bit about what I liked about the book. The only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my front log here. So this Living True was book number 5, and so I'm going to put a 5. I'm using this stamp set from American Crafts. Yeah, American Crafts, and I liked these numbers. I'm just kind of sticking, I just kind of create a formula, and then once I get a formula in place, I just keep on using that formula just to make this journal easy. I'm all about easy and simple journaling. Okay, so with that, my entry is ready for journaling. So let's do another one. That then is my book entry. Here is my next one. I read, or I listened to this book about called The Essential Guide to the Prophetic, and it's just a really great faith book that I wanted to learn more about. And we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to just round these corners really quick, just to make it look prettier. Not necessary or needed. And I'm going to try to glue this as much as I can to the edge so that when I'm flipping the pages, I have enough space. So here we go. Where's the edge there? And I'm just eyeballing it, nothing exact. Just eyeballing it. And then I'm gonna put my little card. I'm also the paper is getting pretty thin. I kind of want to put a sticker up here, so that's why I kind of put it down. Let's see if we can find a really cute sticker to put up there at the top. It's kind of hard to match this blue color of my book to something blue over here, but we'll see. Got some quotes. We have some books. We also have these again. Let me see if I can find a container to put these. All right, so I dumped the contents of that thing in just this little container, and it's just so much easier to view what I have. So I think I'm gonna go with this Smile, just because it has a little bit of this kind of seafoam green, and it's tall enough and wide enough to cover that space. This is the hard part because I could do liquid glue as well, but I like my tape runner. I got that tape runner on Amazon, this one. It's so cool. So much easier to craft when you have something like that. Just kind of fold in the excess there. Okay. See, that looks like a really pretty crown. All right, so this was an Audible book. So let's go check out my little template here. Audible. So I just did capital A. Put the others back since I'm here. Capital A, and then a little U and little D. So A, U, and D. Let's put these back. Okay. So A and U, and then D. Let's see if D fits in here. Yes, it does. Okay. And then I will need the computer. I wanted to kind of keep using this stamp set. So I thought, okay, the laptop here kind of can signify an Audible book, and that's what I used. Oh, did I? Okay, there we go. I thought I had lost my stamps. Okay, so let's stamp Audible and a little computer there. Let's do that one first, just to make sure we have enough space. Okay, clean it off here. And now let's do A-U-D. Yep. Okay. Let's do the A. Okay, and then U. then D. It's a little hard to stamp when I have the camera right here on top of me, but we did it. All right, I think I'm gonna keep these stamps for the Audible because I have one more Audible book that I want to document. Okay, I'm going to reuse this little stamp block for the number. And I'm going to put number. And I put the number in there. Let's see what number. Okay, let's put this down. So this is my little picture. I usually, once I finish listening to a book, I always take a picture from my Audible app. I don't do anything special. I just go capture that book from the Audible app. And let's do the border. No special thing there with the border, just a funky little border. Okay, and then Audible book. So I do have the list of my Audibles. And this was Audible book number 4. And I'm going to pick 4. Where are you? Here we go. 4 here. Put back the 5 there. And we're going to put in the 4. There we go. I'm going to try to see if I can find a sticker that will kind of go with this blue cover. I may just have to do like a book. Let's just do this book. This big book. And I'm gonna have to do it in the same place because there's not much room. Either here or here. Okay, let's just do this right here. Kind of just so that every page doesn't have the things on the same. But that's pretty much, I can either do here, here, or here, so that I have enough space to write in. Okay, so that one is done and it's ready for me to journal. You see how easy it is to do these little journals? Okay. Okay. I keep on getting this all crooked. All right, so we're gonna do the exact same thing again. I am going to round these corners. I hope this is fun to watch. It may be kind of boring, but I hope it's fun. I hope that you're getting ideas. I just like to, you know, establish a way to do things. I like to do systems, you know, to have little systems. And that just makes it much easier. Okay. I like to change up the background and the stickers I use, but the basis is pretty much the same. So let's see, this was a magazine, so going back to our magazine, we will need the M, and then we will need a little A and a little G. Okay, let's move these out. So let's see, big M, little A, and little G. And then we will need the typewriter. So there we go. Typewriter on this block. I love a clear stamps. They're so easy. And so that's a good investment of your money, because you just keep on using them over and over again. Okay, that's good enough. Clean that off. Put it away because I'm not documenting any more magazines this time around. Here's the M. Here is the A. And then the G. And then we do need to put the little number sign so that we can be consistent with what we've been doing on the others. Okay. And now we are ready for our picture. This is also pictures that I take. Oh, I got a little spot here from my stamping, so I'm just gonna cover it up with my picture. And now let's make the little frame. And I'm trying to make it kind of funky. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just thought it would be fun to just put a little frame to just make it pop. Okay, so that's the magazine. Let's see. Maybe something big like that. A plant. The cover here has green, so maybe either this one or this one. Let's see where we put it last time. Ah, okay. So I think we needed this side. Also, I can tell you, usually for like my journaling on my magazines, I don't write that much, so I don't need a lot of writing space. So let me see if I can find one other sticker. I kind of like this one. Oh, this birdie would have been better. Let's see. Right, that bird and this bird. I think that's cool. I kind of want to put something up here. What do you think? I never put anything up there. But then I still have a lot of room. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. I think that's cool. That bird and that bird. I just didn't want to put the birds so together. And this side looks okay. Sometimes I do put something up there. Well, you know what? I'm looking at these things. And this butterfly. says it wants to come over and be part of be part of the fun. I kind of was going to do that butterfly sticker, but let's do that butterfly cutout, whatever you call these kinds of stickers. They're not stickers, but they're really cute. Okay, so that looks really nice. Now let's go see what magazine number this was. So that was magazine number, and I don't have to do the whole, that was April, so that was number 5. So I don't have to number them, but I do like to know at the end of the year, okay, how many books did I read? How many magazines did I read? How many audibles did I listen to? It's kind of like a review that I make every year, because I pretty much compete against myself, right? Like, how did I do better than I did last year or what? So here we go. So far we have done a book entry, we did an audible entry, and we did a magazine. Okay, is this the last one? Yes. Okay, so we got another audible that we're gonna do. Let me just put these away. I like to kind of work and put things away so that I don't lose them, and just to kind of keep my work space clean. So we're going to do this last entry. So this one, I did want some green. I wanted a green background, so I picked this one. But it did have some really pretty cards on the back, but I already have those cards because these paper packs always have 2 of every type. Okay, let's put this down. And all this collection, all this stickers, I found at scrapbook.com. I believe Leo by Mail also sells this collection on her website, because she has a whole traveler's notebook that she's doing with this whole collection. So you can find it there as well. And this guy we will need to do, I'm gonna put something there at the top. Okay, so this is an audible, so we will need our computer again. Little computer. This will be the last entry we make together here. And here we go again. I'm working on this mat, so I apologize for moving all around too much. But I do try to keep my desk, as clean as possible. So since I do have a white desk, I like to work on top of this mat, but it does slide around sometimes. And then the D here. All right, and then our number sign, just to keep with. I guess I could have spaced the letters so that there's not so much space, but I'd rather have extra space than no space at all. So let's clean up here, because this is our last entry, and then we'll wrap things up. Okay, and let's put this back as well. I like this stamp, it's really cute. My Story. Okay, so we're done with the stamping. Let's glue down this book. So this book was something else. I like learning about health and things like that. But this book, I heard it on Audible, and it was very eye-opening on just how much fake food is out there. So it's not for everybody, but it was something else, this book. Okay, let's see. Oh, I like that this book has a lot of green. Let's see if I can get something. I guess I have this camera. Doesn't really have anything to do with the book, but it's green. And I will probably have a lot to say about this book. So I do want to maybe leave some room. Let's see our stickers over here. Okay. Well, I guess I could do these flowers. Let's do some flowers. Let's just bring in some flowers here. I'll do it this way. And then maybe one more thing. You know what? I'm gonna do this butterfly because I don't like to like unstick stickers and then stick them in back. Stick them back in, that's what I meant. Okay, and then this sticker's a little bit off the page. I could cut the sticker, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be just easier to cut off that little. I don't think you can even tell, but there's a little bitty part of the sticker here. I'm just gonna cut it off. I don't think you can actually tell. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. So let me go ahead and go to the front. All right, before we go, I forgot to do the number inside my little computer. Okay, my little icon. So that was Audible number 5. All right, so let's go to the front. Make some space here. So far in the reading journal. So this is the reading journal and these are my little logs, and I'm all up to date with my logs and my books. So all of this has been filled in, and I do color in when I come and do the journaling. I do color that number in just for fun. So this is gonna be the book number 5. This is Audible number 4. This is magazine number 5 and Audible number 5. And I still have a couple more pages, so I know that I will have to grab a new, very soon I'll have to get a new insert because this Traveler's Notebook is getting to the max. So that is my reading journal update. I'll journal this off camera here so that you don't have to wait around and see me. I just pretty much wanted to show you how I have a little template set up and how I just put it together. Once you kind of have your little template, you can just kind of follow the template and just sprinkle in a little different elements, like with the stickers and with the background. But everything else is kind of like standard, and I like it. I like that, you know, I go through here and I could know really fast, oh, that's an Audible, oh, that's a book, you know, that's a magazine I read. So all those stuff, just fun ways to document your reading. And I hope it was it gave you some ideas for your journals or for any types of journals. I like that these Traveler's Notebooks, you can pretty much document any kind of thing. I've been meaning to start one for the movies we watch and stuff like that. So it's just really a really fun way to do journaling. So friends, I thank you so much for coming to watch the video today. Thank you for hanging around with me and watching this. I hope it gave you some inspiration to use in your journals as well. All right, friends, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.